Do a twirl. Will got pegged. So it's April now. It's the 5th of April, and I haven't recorded much this month yet because it's mostly just been the usual commuting to work and whatever. But this month is going to be simultaneously more and less busy than last month because last month was going to Scotland and a bunch of other stuff, you know, going to Dublin a few times and whatnot. This month, not as many, like we don't have really trips planned, with the exception of one time we're going to Dublin at the end of the month because Will is getting a tattoo. Getting several tattoos, actually. It's going to be like a 7-hour long tattoo appointment. And so myself and Eddie are going to go to Dublin, leave him off to get the tattoo, go around Dublin ourselves, and then come back and pick him up. So that's going to be something you'll see way later in this video. But apart from that, everyone has their fucking birthdays this month. So first of all, the other day was Will's dad's birthday. Tuesday is Eddie's birthday. My other boyfriend Emil's birthday is the 22nd. My birthday is the 30th. And there's various like birthday parties and get-togethers and stuff happening throughout this month and then the start of next month. My birthday party actually won't be until the start of next month, so it won't be until next month's vlog. But it's such a full month, and I don't know how much of these things I'm going to be recording is the thing, because I want to chill and have fun. But it's still like, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on, so it'll be interesting anyway. Today, because it's Eddie's birthday on Tuesday, myself and Eddie are going over to his granddad's, and I think it's just going to be me, Eddie, granddad, and Eddie's parents. We're just going to have pizza and chill for like his birthday because he's working on his birthday. We're all working on our birthdays is the thing, right? I'm also working on my birthday at the end of the month. Oh, the sign currently says Flint and Steel. I thought I was going to change it to recently. Oh, right. I was going to change it to My Boo, bitches. I'll do that at some point. By the time this video comes out, it'll have been changed. Anyway, so that's what April has in store. I guess we'll see how it goes. The weather is currently lovely, as I'm sure you've seen in the clips I've shown you. Nary a drop of rain in the last few days, so that's been cool. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Roll on April, I say. I'm turning 30 in 25 days. Also, it's last month of my podcast, actually. My podcast is ending on the 4th of May. So this is my last full month of it, which is so weird. I just recorded 2 episodes of my podcast now. So I have I think I have 3 weeks of episodes left to record. It's so strange. I've been doing it for a year. That's interesting. Oh, I also need to do my Star Trek rant at the camera at some point. Not rant, but I want to discuss Enterprise and kind of what I've thought of Star Trek so far. But I won't do that today because I'm busy. And also, I don't want it to be the first clip in this video so people don't immediately get out of it. Anyway, we're going to see how it goes. Oh, there is. That's the same one, I think. He's really living that pole. What do you mean? You know, for people who don't own any cats, there sure are a lot of cats in my vlogs.
I love cat.
Oh no, we all love cat. That's not that's not a debate. Oh.
Baby.
Oh. Hello. Oh, don't go into the house, no.
Oh yeah, free cat.
To be fair, he'd just probably leap in the window if he wanted to. Alright, later, Gator. Oh, now he's living the bin.
Yeah, big talker. What is bro yapping about?
Probably tuna.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey. Hello. Oh, he licked me. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
It keeps switching focus from your face to Piper's face. I'm just taking a video.
Oh.
Dame dane, dame yo, dame nanu yo, anda ga sugite, suge sugite. It's Eddie's birthday. I gave him his presents this morning, which were a Richter Belmont. What?
You just like were like,
Yeah, I was putting you back in frame.
stop.
There he is. There he is, officer. Get him. He's 26 years old. It was a Richter Belmont Funko Pop and a Build-A-Bear voucher. And now we're going to start watching the recent Devil May Cry show. Yippee!
Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry. You started the day with Richter, you ended the day with Dante.
Oh my.
Anyway.
Well, no, Richter's an 18-year-old boy.
Yeah. I did say
Cut the cameras.
Because you said you were going to put him beside your Eddie Munson Funko Pop, and I was like, the two idiots you love.
What idiots don't I fucking love? Let's be fucking real.
It's true.
Shut the fuck up.
The weather has gotten absolutely gorgeous in the last week. And this is the paradox of being in Ireland. It was raining all the time, I was complaining about it. And now it's sunny, and I'm like, yay! But it's gonna be 19 degrees later, and I don't like that. It's not as hot as it gets in other places, but it's hot for here. It's only gonna get hotter too. It's only April now. It's always, for some reason, I guess it's just the way seasons work, but I just know it always gets hot around this time because it's always sunny for my birthday. Well, my birthday's a few weeks out and it's gonna rain again this weekend, so who knows. But at least in the morning now, walking to work, it's quite pleasant because it's sunny, but there's like a bit of crisp morning air, so it's only like, I think like 9 degrees right now, so it's quite pleasant. But later it's gonna be too hot. Oh well, such is life. We meet again, my friend. How's it going? And off he fucks. Also, I just saw someone on the bridge doing the thing that I often do, which is standing in the middle, recording a video, just kind of spinning in a circle, recording everything around. I'm a trendsetter. So recently, Eddie finally switched jobs. And now his job is Monday to Friday, like mine. And it's also, it finishes at 4, whereas my job finishes at 6. And it's not that far away from Sligo. So quite often, like pretty much every day, he's able to give me a lift home from work. And that's been true the last, I think this is the 3rd week he's in the job. But today is the first time since all that started that he's not able to, because he's going to therapy today. So I'm walking home. Or, well, I'm not walking home. I'm not walking to fucking Carrick from Sligo. I'm walking to the train station and getting the train home. And then by that time he'll be ready and he'll pick me up from the station, so I don't have to walk home. But let me tell you, it's a good day to be walking, I guess. I mean, it's still pretty fucking hot, but at least now, because it's 6, it's not noon, there's a bit of a breeze, so I'm not sweating my balls off, but I probably will be by the time I reach the station, frankly. I'm just glad it's not earlier in the day, and I'm not walking further, you know. Besides, I'm going to be going into shops on the way, so there'll be air conditioning and stuff. It's just quite, right now it's quite nice, actually. I'm glad I didn't bring a jacket or anything, because Jesus Christ. I have an LED sign here. I know it's flickery on the video, but it's warning that this tree is going to be closed next Monday. But it's really hard to see in the sun. So that's not very helpful now, is it? I'm now recording.
Fuck you!
I'm not pointing it at you though. We were just talking about Final Fantasy, and then fucking McDonald's and the Pentagon started playing, and it killed us.
I'm done! I'm done! I quit! I'm rage quitting! I'm rage quitting driving! I'm rage quitting! The fucking sun is in my eyes!
That's why we're wearing sunglasses.
Shit!
Start checking which one that you spent it on. Bitch, you hit the Pentagon!
So today, Emil is briefly here to, just kind of hang out and also give Eddie his birthday gifts. We just got coffee and went to the shops. Now we're heading back, and I'm going to make us both some dinner, some tomato chicken pasta, as is, well, that's what a lot of what we ate back when we lived together.
Yep.
So, because it was a lot of what I ate, and we shared.
I mean, I live.
But oh wait, hold on. Oh no, they're not turning left. Everything's fine.
I mean, I lived off pasta.
Yes.
Like,
Pasta
just
and
cooked-
noodles and
No, just cooked pasta when I first came to college. Before we even started dating.
yes.
Like there were days where I didn't have money for food, so I would just cook pasta and just cook it. It was the saddest meal ever.
And then when we did live together, you ate a lot of Polish soups.
Yeah.
Which is basically like chicken noodle soup sort of thing.
Well,
Rosso.
No, yes, except the soups that I ate weren't actually Polish. In Poland, we call them Chinese soups.
Oh.
Because they're just noodle soups.
What is it like?
basically.
What are those pastries? The Danish.
Yes,
Danish pastry, which in Denmark are called Viennese pastries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we always just called them that. Whereas Polish soups are more like żurek and
Yes. Rosso, like I said,
Rosso,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Those which I need to finally make żurek, but it's a bit of a trek.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna head back and eat and chill. This is the cake that we got for Eddie's birthday. This is what peak performance looks like. This is the ideal male body.
This is the ultimate male life form.
Yeah, exactly.
You only need to get a fucking picture of this.
Yeah.
My elbow!
My leg.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now blow.
So get on your knees to suck and blow, but not right now, I've got to go.
That genuinely got me fucking knees.
Yay! For he is a jolly good.
Man.
What?
Diagnosis man.
It's the diagnosis, man.
It's the pee pee poo poo
Some
man.
fucking waxing on the table.
Because you tilted it.
Oh, sorry, was that me?
No.
Getting a bit tilted at the table.
Hey, if you lick the candles, I'll fucking kill you.
Hey, bitch.
Where do they go?
Up your ears. just get some.
This whole fucking conversation's a mess. I don't know why I hang out with you guys.
Yeah, you're the one who's vlogging this.
Yeah.
Now, so we need to shove your face into the cake and
I will
ruin it.
fucking kill you.
And now it's time for the ritual sacrifice. The
Just like,
people's elbow.
I smell not
Like a fucking
The blobfish.
animal.
And here it is, the inevitable change in weather. It was sunny for maybe 2 weeks there. And then the last few days, it's been getting a bit colder, a bit rainier. And then today it's just fully grey. Not raining heavy, but it's raining. That's quite cold. Not freezing, you know. It's not gonna get freezing again until like August, because that's how seasons work. But it's usually sunny around my birthday, so this will probably be like the rest of this week, and then towards the weekend it's going to start to get sunnier again, and then, or even like the rest of this week, and then next week will be starting to get sunny again. But hopefully it'll be sunny again for my birthday, because I do want to hang out in the garden, but we'll see. There's a rainbow. It's a sign. Actually, the rainbow is kind of going directly behind the cemetery, so never mind. So because it's Easter weekend,
I knew that I would have to get Eddie to give me a lift on Easter Monday because the train I get would be running. And I planned that ahead and everything, and I had talked to Eddie about it. I completely forgot, however, that the same would also be true of Good Friday, which is today. So I'm getting a lift to Sligo. And frankly, that's a good thing, because even though I get the train, I do have to walk from the train to work, and it is pissing outside. It's not fun. I will have to get the train home though, so. But it's better than being late for work, I guess, especially because I think the boss is going to be there, so I don't want that to be happening.
I realize I haven't actually recorded that much for this vlog this month, but we just haven't been doing much. And the things we have been doing haven't really been things we would record too much. Tonight, Will's dad is going to be coming over along with some other family members as like sort of a belated birthday thing for him. Because his birthday was at the start of the month, as you'll recall, I mentioned. So we're going to be having like a roast dinner, and then we're going to play some Jackbox, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I probably won't be recording that because there's so many people there that probably don't want to be in the vlog or don't know much about it. I might include screenshots from Jackbox depending on if I take any. But also today, what's happening is I'm recording episodes for my podcast because, as you'll recall from previous episodes of this vlog, I have a podcast where I talk about a different song every day. And the intention was to do it for a year, from my 29th birthday to my 30th birthday. And my 30th birthday is the end of this month. And so the podcast will be finishing on the 4th of May, because that's like the end of that week. And today I'm recording the episode for my birthday, which is so strange to think about. I'm going to be recording my episode for my 30th birthday, which is 10 days from now. You would have seen the date come up on the bottom because that's how I do these vlogs, but it's Easter Sunday today. And I'm recording this episode, so that's going to be a hell of a thing. Expect me to cry during that. I'll probably link that episode down below because I like to link the things I talk about in here. Yeah, fun times.
Approximately 10 hours later.
It's now several hours later. I'm about to go to bed. We just did the whole food and Jackbox thing. Will's stepmother brought over a roast dinner. It was really good. Roast chicken, roast potatoes, salad, falafel, salmon. It was really good shit. And then we played Jackbox for like 3 hours. Very funny stuff. I screenshotted some stuff on my phone. I don't know if I'll put it in the vlog. We'll see. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. No, it was a lot of fun. This is my first time meeting Will's stepbrother and stepbrother's girlfriend, and they're both very nice and very funny. The girlfriend actually won a few of the games, so that was cool. And Will and Eddie made a really nice lemon drizzle cake. Good shit. Hey, buddy. Yeah, same. Your feathers are a bit ruffled, eh? I'll catch you later. So today, I'm recording the final episode of my podcast. Not including the, I'm going to do like a little reflections looking back episode in like a month. But right now, I'm about to record. You can see my notes and Audacity open on my computer. I'm going to record the final episode of my podcast, which will be going up on the 4th of May. And it's a very strange feeling to be recording the final episode of the podcast because I started recording the show over a year ago now. On Tuesday, it'll be a year since I uploaded the first episode. The very first episode was about Rainbow Connection from the Muppet movie, because of course it was. And I'm ending the show with the tail end of the Abbey Road medley. So I'm doing Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, and the end, because it makes sense to end that way. What better note to end your podcast with than, and in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. But yeah, it's just such a strange thing to be at the end of this podcast journey. I do intend to do other podcasts at some point. This has taught me a lot about making podcasts. I just need to learn to be better about promoting them. Not that I was trying too hard. I mean, I gave up on the Instagram after a few months because it wasn't getting me any followers. But I got 141 subscribers on the channel, and that's good enough for me. You know, I'm not expecting to be a massive celebrity and make a living off it. It's just something I'm doing for fun. So I do want to do another podcast at some point, and I'm sure whenever I do that, I will tell the vlog about it. But whatever I end up doing, it will not be a daily podcast ever again, because good Lord, that was hard to do for a year. I had a lot of fun making it. I had some emotional times making it. Some of the episodes got me crying. And I had, it was really cool to see other people commenting and enjoying it as well. And making episodes for particular people, like doing a specific song on my boyfriend's birthdays. But it was a lot of work to do a daily podcast for approximately 371 days, I think is what it ended up being. Because I always thought it was 370, but I had rounded wrong. I think it's actually 371. Anyway, the links will all be in the description, because by the time you're seeing this vlog, the final episode will be up. So please enjoy that and tell other people to listen to it too, because it's not going anywhere. It's not like Unis Annis. As soon as it's finished, it's going to remain up. And again, I'm going to do a reflections episode in like a month, so that me recording that will probably be in next month's vlog. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, I realized that I have not done my thing reflecting on Star Trek. I will do that soon, I swear. It might end up being in the next vlog. It'll depend on what free time I have in the next few days. But we only have a few days left in the month as well. But I was thinking about that because tonight, apart from recording my final episode, I'm also watching the series finale of Oz, which is a show I've been watching over the last few months. That show is really up and down. Mostly down in the latter seasons. I didn't hate the latter seasons as much as a lot of people do, but there's some really fucking stupid storylines. Overall, I have enjoyed the show, though. Some really interesting characters in there, really interesting storylines, some stuff I'll remember forever, some great television. There's just also a lot of shit, so it's hard to recommend to people. Maybe I tell people to watch the first 3.5 seasons. I don't know. But, no. Enjoyable overall, just not as amazing. I mean, you can tell it was HBO's first big thing, right? They went on to do The Sopranos and The Wire and perfect the format, you know. Anyway, I'm going to go record the episode now, so wish me luck. Yeah, it's like a song. You'll notice there wasn't very much footage of our trip to Dublin because the whole thing ended up being kind of a wash. With the whole reason we were going up was because Will was going to get tattoos, but literally just as the train was pulling into Dublin, Will got a text from their tattoo artist saying that they had to cancel because they were sick. It all got reorganized. They're going to do it again in 2 weeks' time, I believe. But then we were like, well, I guess we'll just spend a few hours in Dublin. And we ended up coming back kind of early and not really doing much. So, you know, we got to take a trip, but it wasn't anything particularly interesting for the vlog. This month has just been a whole series of not much happening when I thought there would be. But, you know, such is life. Anyway, I'm going to go back to watching the most recent evasive video Beep, beep, beep. So, fun times.
I'm on the train back from work now, waiting almost pulling into Carrick, and I just saw someone out the window there driving on the road alongside, just waving at the people on the train. I don't know if they're like actually going to pick up someone from the train, but I just thought it was cute, just like a full adult.
Is that a fucking trouble? So, it's the second last day of the month, so I'm finally going to do my fucking talk about Star Trek that I was going to do all this time. And I finally have a spare minute to fucking do it. What better way to spend the last day of your 20s, huh? Than talking about Star Trek. So in the January vlog, I talked about how I had been watching Star Trek over the course of the last few years, in order, watching all of them, and I kind of gave my general thoughts on the shows so far. And at the time that I recorded that, I had just finished watching Star Trek Enterprise Season 1, and was just about to start Season 2. Since then, I had finished the entirety of Enterprise, and I wanted to kind of give my thoughts on it and its place in the wider franchise, because it's a much maligned entry in the franchise. No matter what, like, people have different opinions on who's the best captain, what's the best show. You know, people argue about TNG versus original series, and they argue about Deep Space Nine and Voyager. And I mentioned when I previously talked about this, how Voyager's really up and down, but there's some great episodes there. And I ended up coming away from Enterprise with a similar sort of reaction. Not as extreme as Voyager. I think Enterprise is definitely the worst Star Trek show I've watched so far, except for, like, the animated series, but that doesn't really count. There's not much to go on there. Yesteryear's a great episode. That's about it for that show. With Enterprise, it was just so hit and miss. There's some stuff in it that's just so not Star Trek, and there's some stuff in it that is very Star Trek. There's lots of retcons, because of course there is, but you're gonna expect that for a prequel. It tends to be how that goes. But I think overall I did enjoy it, and it's just interesting how everyone fucking talks about how Enterprise is terrible. You should skip Enterprise, it's a bad show. I'm glad I didn't, because there's some great episodes in there. There's some great characters in there. I really liked Tucker and Reed's dynamic. I liked Archer as, like, the captain of his men. I didn't like him as a starship captain a lot, but I liked his kind of interpersonal scenes with people. Like, when you have Archer one-on-one with someone in a scene, I tended to enjoy that. But, like, there's a lot of stuff that was really bad about it, especially the, like, weird horniness. Not that the other Star Trek shows haven't been horny, but, like, if you've seen Enterprise, you know what I'm talking about. The long scenes of them rubbing each other with gel in the decontamination chamber. That kind of shit is weird. And I didn't like Trip and T'Pol, the idea of them getting into a relationship, but as it wound out, I actually ended up liking a lot of the focus on the relationship, particularly in the second to last episodes, the, like, almost finale. I really liked that. I really liked those two episodes, the almost finale. The finale itself is as bad as everyone says. It's fucking atrocious. I hated it so much. Good lord. It's such an insult to the rest of the franchise and the rest of the show, even, because there's people who didn't like the show at all. And I liked parts of the show. I also disliked parts of the show. There were some real fucking stinkers in there, but there were also some real good episodes. And so I'm glad I watched the show, but I understand the kind of the knee-jerk vitriolic reaction that it gets, but I don't think it's entirely deserved. I think if you just don't watch the finale and skip a few episodes here and there, you're going to still have a good time. I think it's a good show. I mean, you can't miss out on Shran. Shran is great. Who could possibly complain about more Jeffrey Combs? Come on. Or Coombs? I actually don't know how his name is pronounced. Often it's different when it's spelled like that. Anyway, that's all I really wanted to say. I really liked Enterprise in a lot of ways. I really disliked it in a lot of other ways. And I think it's still a good overall show that you just need to have a bit of faith when you're getting to the bad episodes. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I enjoyed it. So what's next for me in terms of what I'm watching? Well, as you can see behind me, I'm watching Mythic Quest Season 4. Mythic Quest is another very up and down show, but I'm enjoying the season so far mostly. The whole thing with the ending being changed is a whole thing, but I'm not going to get into that. I'm basically taking an extended break right now between Enterprise, because that was cancelled, and New Trek, which is fully 12 years later. I think Enterprise was cancelled in 2005, and New Trek, or 2004, and then New Trek is 2017. So because there's such a big production gap there, and I've been watching Star Trek almost nonstop since January 2023, I'm taking a bigger gap between shows in which I'm catching up on shows I've had new seasons like Mythic Quest and Invincible and other things like that. And I watched Oz, as you saw. And I'm just kind of watching a bunch of stuff that I've been meaning to watch for a long time. What am I watching after Mythic Quest? Oh, I'm watching Daredevil Born Again is what I'm going to watch. I'm excited for that. I hope that's good. I've heard mixed things, but it's a Marvel property, so of course I've heard mixed things. That's always how it goes. I'll form my own goddamn opinion, thank you. And then at some point in like a month or two, I'm going to get back to Star Trek. I do want to watch the J.J. Abrams trilogy of movies during this gap. But Eddie actually requested to watch them with me, so we're going to watch them together. Hopefully, we're going to watch the first one tomorrow, which is my birthday, by the way. So, that'll be interesting. But apart from that, I'm just kind of coasting, watching whatever, until I feel like, okay, I want to get back to watching Star Trek, and then I'll start Discovery, and Short Treks, and Picard, and Strange New Worlds, and all those. So, we'll get there. I'm sure you'll hear about it in later vlogs, because people have mixed thoughts about that too. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. The rest of this vlog will probably just be a brief thing tomorrow. So, yippee! It's the 30th of April, which means it's my 30th birthday today. Technically, I don't turn 30 until 8 p.m., but who's counting? There's something about the Irish climate that means the weather always gets really good around my birthday. And after some weeks of hot sun and wet cold, today it's going to be 23 degrees. So, good lord. Not looking forward to that. But the plan is later. I'm gonna go home after work, because of course I have work today. I'm gonna get takeaway with Eddie, and we're gonna watch Star Trek 2009, because of course we are. So, a birthday well spent. My actual party will be on Saturday, which you will see in the next vlog, so fun times.
4 hours later.
So, great start to my birthday. The train was delayed, which is pretty normal. It's usually a few minutes late. But in this case, it was almost 2 hours late. And it only went one stop across to Boyle. And then at Boyle, we were told, you're gonna have to get off here and get a connecting bus instead of a train. And then we were waiting for a bus for like fully half an hour or 40 minutes. And then they were like, actually, there's another train coming in the end. You're not getting a bus. Go to the other platform and get a train. And then we were waiting on that platform for like 10 minutes and then got the train. So now it's past 1 o'clock and I'm only on the way to work now. Like it's the fucking lunch break time right now and I haven't even clocked in yet. Good lord. On the plus side, I got some good podcast editing and vlog editing in. And also I watched an episode of Side Quest. But, you know, just a weird way to start the day. It's already the fucking afternoon. It feels like I'm stuck in the morning. So, here we are at the end of the month. Another month, another vlog. This one less eventful than the previous ones probably, but still some interesting stuff in there. And it's the end of my birthday. I am officially 30 years old because we're past 8 p.m. now. After the whole kerfuffle with work, I finally arrived 2 hours and 18 minutes late. Fucking Christ. Anyway, it was a whole thing. Got home, and then I had takeaway with Eddie while we watched Star Trek 2009, which I don't remember if I mentioned this. Prior to getting into Star Trek back in 2023, Star Trek 2009 was the only Star Trek thing I had actually fully watched. I watched it with some friends in college in Galway back in 2014. And I enjoyed it then, but I knew I would enjoy it more if I knew Star Trek better. And it turns out that is kind of true. There's a lot I didn't like about it, mostly in the cinematography, because J.J. Abrams has a very specific style, and the lens flares are out of fucking control. But mostly I hated the shaky camera, and the Dutch angles work some of the time, but not all the time. It was mostly the shaky camera that I really didn't like. But the performances are good. It's cool to see old Leonard Nimoy as old Spock. Carl Urban is a great Bones. And I think the story is interesting. So it was fun. But anyway, that draws April's vlog and my 20s to an end. So onward to May and 30 years of age. The next exciting thing is going to be my birthday party on Saturday. So roll that on. And until then, see you next month. So, we're coming. Make sure the hair is good for the camera. Go in from this side this time. So I mentioned in the January vlog that I've been watching Star Trek. At the time I talked about it back in January, I had just finished watching season 1 of Star Trek Voyager. No, that's incorrect. Who would complain? What the fuck's the actor's name? This is why I have Tracked open behind me. I was just about to record the outro and there's a fucking bug right here flying in my face. Unprofessional. Anyway,